Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the video. My name is Bradley, also known as the Swim Coach. Today, we're going to have a look at the preview for game week number 5. Um, who you should pick, who you could transfer in and out, who's playing who. But still, if you want to, you can join the league above, or there'll be a link down in the description. Now, let's get into the video. And let's see who is playing who this weekend. So we start off with West Ham Chelsea this weekend. It is the first game, the lunchtime kickoff in the UK. Then we followed with the 3 o'clock fixtures. We have Aston Villa versus Wolves, a nice derby there. Then we have Fulham Newcastle, Leicester Everton, Liverpool Bournemouth, Southampton Ipswich, and Spurs versus Brentford. Palace versus United. That is the evening kickoff. And on Sunday, we have 2 fixtures. We have Brighton versus Forest, and we have the big clash between City and Arsenal. So, plays you could potentially look for. I think in the Villa Wolves game, I think there could be potentially a big clash, a big rival. I think there'd be a few yellow cards in that game as well. You've got to be careful which plays you pick on that one. I'm going to say the same thing for the West Ham Chelsea game. There's always a little bit of fight in that game. And mainly for the West Ham players. So I think Chelsea players are going to have a little bit to say on that. Fulham Newcastle. Fulham playing well at the moment. I think we'll see how it all gets on. Leicester Everton. Well, potentially teams that could be getting relegated at the end of this season. But Leicester have been doing really well. Everton are still in reverse gear. They just can't get anything going. Liverpool Bournemouth. I think this is an interesting one. With Liverpool playing midweek in the Champions League, I think it'll be the first tester for them. But a lot of the players are used to it. Bournemouth, I think, played in the EFL Cup or the Carabao Cup, should I say. So again, I think would be interesting in how they play. Southampton Ipswich. This is a big, big game. I think both teams are going to be on a big pressure here. I think I'm going to have to say this. I'm sorry, Southampton, but I think Ipswich may do you on this one. Sorry to say. Now we come to Spurs versus Brentford, a nice London derby. Now, Spurs struggled in their Carabao Cup game against Coventry and only scored 2 goals in the last, I think it was 88th minute and the 94th or 5th minute, something like that, to win the game 2-1. So we'll see how we get on that one. So there's a lot of pressure on Spurs there, especially after losing the London derby as well. Brentford, they've just lost their big talisman man, who is, as you can see, just off to the side, is now on red. We click. There we go. Ankle injury. So if you got him, I think you got to get him out. So it's a big issue there. Palace United. United always sometimes struggle at Sellers Park. So I think it's going to be an interesting one. Evening kickoff at Palace. The fans are always up for it. So I think that could be an interesting one. Going to Sunday, Brighton Forest. Again, it's at Brighton. Brighton doing well at home. Forest, bit surprised how they're getting on. But we'll see if Pedro is playing for Brighton. I'm an eye about him. City against Arsenal is a big one. City played Wednesday night in the Champions League at home, but Arsenal playing Thursday away in Italy. So yeah, I think for an Arsenal fan, I don't like that being Thursday night then Sunday against City. And City having that 1 day extra rest and being if we were at home, I wouldn't have said much about it, but because we were away, yeah, I'm a bit annoyed about that one. But it happens. That's the problem with fixtures. Now, so far, this is my team. I haven't changed anyone yet. I'm still thinking about keeping the same lineup. I'm looking for game week 6 and 7 to change people around. So I'm looking at that. So I want to keep my substitutions. And I've got some ideas coming up. So we'll keep an eye on those. But at the moment, that is my team. Budget is 0. I've got 1 transfer. So this week, no transfer. Game week 6 or 7, I could have 3 or 4. So potentially I could use that. Now, we're going to go into stats. Players in and out. So, a lot of players. Isaac out. Pedro out. It's one of the players that I'm thinking about. Gallagher's out. Weze. Saka. Surprised. But, yeah, they would team up with him. Watkins. Diaz. Vardy, Haaland, and Smith Rowe coming back in. So, a lot of people have, especially with Haaland, that's that 15 million. They may have had to budget well with that one. So, I'm going to be interested to see what people pick and who they actually pick. Now, they're probably seeing from last weekend where Watkins got his ball rolling as he was in the team of the week. I would have thought potentially having someone like the Lick in, who's that 5 million. There's no cheap person. Who else? Dalap, again 5 million. You could potentially look at him. And even the Palace player you could potentially look at, but as you look at all the others, he's only had 2, 2, and 1, so he's had that one game, which is quite an interesting one. So I think people have got to look out, see where they are, and make their judgments on themselves as well. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, if you still want to join the league, the code is going to be up here. Also, please hit that subscribe button, and anything you want to talk about, put a comment down below, and I'll try and get back to you as quick as possible. For now, have a good time and enjoy this weekend. Goodbye from now.